Hey everyone, I'm Jori Richard, and this is Day 1, The Wizard Way by Aliester Crowley. Velvet soft the night star glowed over the untrodden road. Luca dog, you're gonna have to heal. I may not be able to make these fucking videos with this dog. Maybe you just have to take a shit or something. What the fuck is going on? Okay, I'm bringing this dog back. I'm bringing this fucking dog back. He's getting all weird. What's going on? You gotta take a shit? Okay, come on. Heel! I can't walk this way. These people are outside. He's gonna take a shit. It's gonna be on someone's lawn. No, we're going this way. We're going this way. Look, I gotta drag him. I just can't have him walk that way because then he'll shit on these people's lawn. But the people over here don't care if he shits on their lawn. That's why we're gonna take him this way. Heel! The Wizard Way. Velvet soft the night star glowed over the untrodden road, through the giant glades of yew, where its ray fell light as dew, lighting up the shimmering veil, maiden pure and airy frail, that the spiders wove to hide blushes of the Sylvan bride, earth that trembled with delight at the male caress of night. Velvet soft the wizard trod to the Sabbath of his God. With his naked feet he made. Heel. Velvet soft the wizard trod to the Sabbath of his God. With his naked feet he made starry blossoms in the glade. Softly, softly as he went to the somber sacrament, stealthy stepping to the tryst in his gown of amethyst. Earlier yet his soul had come to the hill of martyrdom, where the charred and crooked stake, like a black envenomed snake, by the hangman's hands is thrust through the wet and withering dust. Hail! Never black and never dried, heart's blood of a suicide. He had plucked the hazel rod from the rude and goatish god, even as the curved moon's waning ray, stolen from the king of day. He had learnt the elvish sign, given the token of the nine. Once to rave and once to revel, once to bow before the devil, once to swing the thurible, once to kiss the goat of hell, once to dance the aspen spring, once to croak and once to sing, once to oil the savory thighs of the witch with sea-green eyes. With the unguents magical, oh, the honey and the gall of that black enchanter's lips, as he croons to the eclipse, mingling that most puissant smell of the giant gods of hell, with the four ingredients of the evil elements. Heel. Aspergus from golden spar, musk of ox from Mongol jar, civet from a box of glade, mixed with fat of many a maid, slain by the enchantments cold of the witches wild and old. He had crucified a toad in the abyss abode, muttering the runes of verse, mad with many a mocking curse. He had traced the servant's sigil in his ghastly virgin vigil. Sursum core, the elven hill, where the wind blows deadly chill, death's black throat and lipless teeth. There he stood, his bosom bare, tracing life upon the air. All right, getting page number 2 out. Man, it's hard to walk this dog. I just had it in my mind where I'm just going to walk the dog, read the poem. Hail. With the crook and with the flail, lasting forward. Oh, wrong word. With the crook and with the flail. With the crook and with the flail, lashing forward on the gale, till its blade that wavereth, like the flickering of death, sank before his subtle fence, to the starless sea of sense. Now at last the man is come, haply to his haledom. Surely as he waves his rod, in a circle on the sod, springs the emerald, chaste and clean, from the duller, paler green. Surely in the circle millions of immaculate pavilions flash upon the trembling turf, like the sea stars in the surf. For the warrior sacraments, faster, 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 grows the stature of the master. All the rigid encampment vies with the infinite galaxies. In the mist, a cubit stone, with the devil set thereon, hath a lamb's virginal throat, hath the body of a stoat, hath the buttocks of a goat, hath the sanguine face and rod of a goddess and a god. Spell by spell and pace by pace, mystic flashes swing and trace, velvet soft, the sigils stepped by the silver-starred adept, back and front and to and fro, soul and body sway and flow in vertiginous caresses to imponderable recesses, till at last the spell is woven and the fairy veil is cloven that was sequence, space, and stress of the soul-sick consciousness. Give thy body to the beasts, give thy spirit to the priests, break in twain the hazel rod on the virgin lips of God. Tear the rosary cross asunder, shatter the black bolt of thunder, such the swat ensanguined kiss of the resolute abyss. Wonder weft the wizard heard this intolerable word. Smote the blasting hazel rod on the scarlet lips of God, trampled cross and rosy core, break the thunder tool of Thor, meek and holy acolyte of the priestly hells of spite, sleek and shameless calamite of the beast that prowl by night, like a star that streams from heaven through the virgin air's light riven. From the lift there shot and fell an admirable miracle, carved minute and clean, a key of purest lapis lazuli, more blue than the blind sky that aches. Weathered with the stars her torturing snakes, for the dead god's kiss that never wakes. shot with golden specks of fire, like a virgin with desire. Look, the levers, fern frail fawns of fantastic diamonds, glimmering with ethereal azure, in each exquisite embrasure. On the shaft the letters laced, as if dryads lunar chaste, with the satyrs were embraced, spelled the secret of the key, sic per Venus, sic per Venus. And he went his wizard way, in weaving dreams of things beyond believing. When he will, the weary world of the senses closely curled, like a serpent round his heart, shakes herself and stands apart. So the heart's blood flames, expanding, strenuous, urgent, and commanding. And the key unlocks the door, where his love lives evermore. She is of the fairy's blood. She is of the fairy blood. All Smargunin flows its flood, glowing in the amber sky, to the ensourced porphyry. She hath eyes of glittering flake, like a cold gray water snake. She hath naked breasts of amber, jetting wine in her bed chamber, whereof whoso stoops and drinks, reads the riddle of the Sphinx. She hath naked limbs of amber, whereupon her children clamber. She hath 5 nasals rosy red, from the 5 wounds of God that bled. Each wound that mothered her still bleeding, and on that blood her babes are feeding. Oh, like a rose-winged pelican, she hath bred blessed babes to pan. Oh, like a lion-hued nightingale, she hath torn her breast on thorns to avail the barren rose tree to renew her life with that disastrous dew, building the rose, oh, the world alight, with music out of the pale moonlight. Oh, she is like the river of blood that broke from the lips of the bastard god, when he saw the sacred mother smile on the abyss that flew up the foam of Nile, bearing the lips unblessed, unborn, that lurking beast of Nile had torn. So, for the world is weary, these dreadful souls of sense lay by. I sacrifice these impure shoon to the cold ray of the waning moon. I take the fork-said hazel staff and the rose of no Tyran graph, and the lamp of no olive oil, with heart's blood that alone may boil, with naked breast and feet unshod. I follow the wizard way to God. Wherever he leads, my foot shall follow, over the height into the hollow, up to the caves of pure cold breath, down to the depths of foul hot death. Alright, just trying to get that last page here. Across the seas, through the fires, past the palace of desires, where he will, whether he will or no. If I go, I care not whither I go, for in me is the taint of the fairy blood. Fast, fast is emerald flood, leaps within me, violent rude, like a bestial fawn's beatitude. In me the fairy blood runs hard. My sires were a druid, a devil, a bard, a beast, a wizard, a snake, a satyr. For as my mother said, what does it matter? She was a fay, pure of the fairy, Queen Morgan's daughter by an airy demon that came to Orkney once to pay the beetle his orisons. So it is I that with the twitch of the fairy blood and the wizard itch to attain a matter one may not utter, rather than sink in the greasy splutter of Britons munching their bread and butter, ailing boys and coarse-grained girls, grown to sloppy women and brutal churls. So I am off with staff in hand to the endless light of the nameless land. Darkness spreads its somber streams, blotting out the elfin dreams. I might haply be afraid, were it not the Father's maid. Heal! Leads me softly by the hand, whispers me to understand. Now, when through the world is weeping, light at last starly creeping, steals upon my babe new sight. Light, oh light, that is not light. On my mouth the lips of her, like a stone on my sepulchre, seal my speech with ecstasy, till a babe is born of me, that is silent more than I, for it's an articulate cry, hushes as its mouth is pressed to the peril, her honey breast, while its breath divinely ripples the rose petals of her nipples, and the jetted milk he laps from the soft, delicious paps, sweeter than the bee-sweet showers in the chalice of the flowers, more intoxicating than all the purple grapes of Pan. Oh, my proper lips are stilled, only all the world is filled with the echo that drips over. Passion, pestilence, and pain seek their mother's womb again, and are born the triple treasure, peace and purity and pleasure. Hush, my child, and come aloft, where the stars are velvet soft. Name of that poem is The Wizard Way by Aliester Crowley. Thank you for watching.